Hi, this is Marcey Rader, your productivity lead at RaderCo. I'm the principal contributor to the Health Powered Productivity podcast, where we give you bite-sized nuggets of knowledge in areas of productivity, health, and clutter that you can implement right away. Looking for ways to support our health powered productivity mission? We welcome donations to our tip jar, linked in the show notes. We encourage you to check out our RaderCo recommendations page on our site, where we list all of our favorite products, services, and apps. We get a little kickback and you get vetted tools that we use ourselves. Now, on with the show. I like to look stylish, and I like my house to be comfortable without sacrificing aesthetics. What I don't like is shopping. Growing up, I loved shopping. I subscribed to a bunch of fashion magazines, and throughout my 20s, I absolutely loved it. Would just go and window shop. And something changed when I hit about 30 that I absolutely I just cannot stand to shop, period. And the bigger the store, the more I dislike it. So if it's a department store like Belk or Macy's or Target or something like that, too many options. And my mom comes to visit twice a year, my mom and dad, and I will actually save up the trips that I have to make, the errands like that I need to go to Target or something, because I save it up for when she comes, because I don't like going to those stores so much, and she likes to shop. For me to look in my closet is the epitome of decision fatigue, like the results of decision fatigue. I will just stare at it. And it's not like I don't know how to put together an outfit, and I don't even have that many clothes. I just don't like doing it. And so for the last several years, I have hired a personal stylist. So it started about 6 years ago. I hired Eyenie Schultz, who is known as the Technicolor Priestess. And she did like a fashion audit for me and, finding out my style. And then but kind of online shopped for me, put things in a cart, gave me some ideas, and I bought several things. And that worked great for me for a couple of years. And then my taste changed, and I ended up hiring another coach who does not do fashion styling anymore. So I'm not going to mention her name, but she helped me with then my current style. Because here's the thing, your style changes over time. And it also changed from when I was at, in a conservative clinical research role as a trainer. There's a lot less room for creativity. And now I own a business. I'm a professional speaker. I can wear whatever the heck I want. And so she helped me hone my style again. And then for the last, I think it's been about 4 years, I have used one of my very best friends, who happens to be my hairstylist for, 13 years or something, and who happens to be a clothing stylist and makeup artist, Michelle Scaraglino. And a link to her site will be in the show notes. But she has also helped me with my style, and that has changed based on my hair. So when I had really short hair, the types of clothes that I felt like wearing and wanted to wear are different than now. My hair is, COVID, my hair grew a lot. I kept it longer, and now I have a little bit different style. And so the way that I use Michelle, so let me back up. I am not a fancy pants person. And so when I say hire a stylist, it doesn't don't automatically turn this off. And even if you're a man, don't turn it off, because my husband has had one too. And I'll get to that in a minute. But, what Michelle does for me is she opens up so much time by putting together outfits for me. I don't even have to think about it. And also so 2 or 3 times a year, she comes to my house and she does an edit. And she will say things like, still works. Nope. I think that this is no longer your style, or this is out of style, because I don't get fashion magazines anymore. I am not on social media except for LinkedIn. So I don't know what's going on Instagram. I don't know what the latest thing is right now. And she does. And so she'll, we'll go through and edit, and she'll even say things like, this isn't in right now, but keep it because it'll probably come back. She's very, very adept at that. So the edit is awesome. And it feels good to me too, because I don't have emotional relationships to clothes. They don't have a soul to me. So I'm like, okay, throw it away, or, get rid of it. I'm good with that. So then she takes different clothes and she makes outfits out of them, all the way down to jewelry and shoes. And it ends up being things I would never put together. I would just not even think about it putting together. I'm a little bit more matchy. And she's like, yeah, of course these green earrings go with this, other, color or whatever. And so I put the outfit, I lay it out on my floor, and I take a photo of it and I store it in Evernote in a folder called Fashion. And I label it, I tag it like winter, spring, summer, fall. And, you could do this in anything, Google Drive, Dropbox, whatever. And we do this from casual to speaking and so on. And I will go to that folder, especially when I'm speaking or traveling, and I will just look, pull up an outfit and decide that's the outfit I want to wear, all the way down to the jewelry. I don't have to sit there and drool in my closet and think about it too much. And that is, basically how I dress myself. And it just makes it so much easier. And I can see all the outfits, I just make little thumbnails. And so that is incredible. She will also online shop for me. So if she sees that something's missing, or, I had a photo shoot and I didn't really have the things that I wanted, because when you have a photo shoot, and anybody that's had one knows this, once you've worn something and it's all over your website, then people recognize it. And in some ways that's fine. You're like, oh, it's Marcey in the purple jacket again. But sometimes you don't want to always be wearing that shirt all the time. So she, I knew I wanted a purple shirt. It's my brand color. And so she she found on Poshmark, and she looks on thredup and found clothes that would work well for the photo shoot. And so she'll do that kind of online shopping for me as well. And what I love about Michelle is that she is very much into, as much as she can, going to companies that are sustainable and things like Poshmark or thredup, where you are buying clothes that are gently used or even new with tags that people don't want. So that is what I use Michelle for, and it has been amazing. So another thing that I have done to remove the decisions is using thredup, which I absolutely love thredup. Also reduces decisions for me because I can filter. So like filter, like keep going down, so that it's not like 3,000 options, it's down to like 100 options or 20 options. And so I'll look on there, and I usually filter by like new or new with tags. But I will do the thredup goodie box, and you pay like $10, and a stylist picks out a box of clothes for you based on a survey that you complete. They send it to you, and what you want to keep, you just pay for, and what you don't want, you have to send it back within 7 days. It's kind of like Stitch Fix, except thredup, it's other people's clothes. And it's really fun to see what they choose. And I've gotten some stuff that I'm like, I've only kept like a couple things out of a box. But then there's other boxes I've received. I guess I've done this maybe 8 or 9 times, where I almost want to keep everything. But even keeping everything is like only maybe a couple $100, and it'd be like 10 or 11 different items. Because it's stuff I wouldn't choose, and there's so many options on thredup that I might not even see them. So that is another option, is the thredup goodie box. I also tried a box with Amazon. The Amazon has a shopper, and that did not go so well. But I wouldn't say it's not a good service. It could be because I only did it once and the stylist didn't really know me and things, but it was not not a good experience, like thredup. ThreadUp, I've kept something from every single box, and it's absolutely worth the $10 to pay. It's really even worth more than that for somebody to put all that stuff together. Now, I know that like I used to use Latote, but there's also Stitch Fix, which will send you like on a regular basis different clothes that you can choose to keep or not. That's also, removing decisions for you, and it's fun. It feels like Christmas. So you could do it that way. My husband used someone, her name is Susan, and she owns a company called Geek Adonis, and she specializes in men. She only does personal shopping and styling for men. And he went through a program a few years ago, PN coaching, and as a reward to himself, he went shopping with her for an entire day. And he was somebody that he'd always wear clothes that were too big for him and looked kind of sloppy on him. And it was just like his whole wardrobe was nothing but black t-shirts with some kind of music logo or band or whatever on it. I actually think at one point he had like 21 or 22 black t-shirts, and it was like 17 or 18 had the logo of where he worked. And so she was very helpful with him for him to style, like figure out his style. And link will be in the show notes as well. And then lastly, I used Michelle for my house. So we have a little house, 1,100 square feet, but we've been slowly remodeling it. And I know the general style that I want, but there are just too many rugs, there are too many pillows, there's too many lights, And so what I had her do, I paid her to, she knows what our house looks like. I've sent her pictures too, like if she's right in the middle of it, and she'll narrow it down to like, here's 3 rugs, or here's 3 different types of fabric or 5 different types of fabric. And then I narrow it down based on that. And oh my gosh, it feels so much better, and it's totally worth the money. She loves it. She'd probably do it for free, but don't ask her to do it for free because this is her business. And she loves it, and I love it because, again, because she does this, she knows the places to go. I also used a service called Modzi. And Modzi, you send pictures of your room. This is when we were doing the big remodel. You send pictures of your room with your furniture, and they will send back ways to like where to put your furniture and like add some things and what they would recommend. They give you maybe like 4 or 5 different room looks online. And we completely transformed our living and entry area based on some Modzi photos, and loved it. We would have never thought to make a little seating area and things, and absolutely loved Modzi. And that link will be in the show notes too. So when you consider your next investment, do not feel like you have to be fancy pants to have a stylist. And all of these, they're all online. Michelle will work with you virtually. She's worked with one of our fabulous masterclass participants virtually, and she had a great experience, had a photo shoot coming up, but you don't have to be a speaker or anybody getting a photo shoot. Just, you could even be somebody that just doesn't, wants to look good, but doesn't like shopping. And so consider a stylist. You can feel like $1 million without thinking too hard and sacrificing time spent researching or drooling in your own closet. Thank you for listening to the RaderCo Health Powered Productivity Podcast. Please subscribe, leave a review, and forward this episode to at least one person you know could benefit. And can I ask a favor? If you felt this podcast was valuable, please consider supporting it by donating to our tip jar to continue giving you bite-sized nuggets of knowledge. And get your sneak peek of my latest book, Work Well, Play More, Productive, Clutter-Free, Healthy Living, One Step at a Time, with the novice behaviors from chapter 1 that includes how to deal with all those rings, pings, and buzzes, how to declutter your digital desktop and why it's important, and how to play hide and seek with your food to help with portion control. It's waiting for you at helloraderco.com/gift.